While planning this lesson, I decided to make some changes. A modification I made was to allow the students to work individually on their pizza. This gave students the chance to select the vocabulary words that they thought were the most important to them and to create definitions and sentences that were the most relevant to them. I also allowed students to choose the vocabulary words that they wanted to include on their pizza instead of selecting them in advance for them. Another modification I made was to change what was required on the pizza. This allowed students the chance to evaluate deeper into 3 terms instead of just 1. Overall, this critical task was very beneficial for me. Not only was I able to take constructive criticism from my peers, I was also able to see it from their point of view and get ideas to make it better. This critical task also allowed me the opportunity to see how getting ideas from your classmates can actually be beneficial, and I can use that later on when I'm working with other teachers. Although I do not have ELL students, I also found it very beneficial to watch my classmates' videos and see how they incorporated ESOL strategies in their classroom with their ELL students. In the video coming up, you will notice the differences and the changes that I've made and how it worked much better in my classroom. Alright, so today we are going to review the vocabulary that you guys learned about on Monday from the poem. And we're going to do this using your Piece of Pizza activity. So first, let's go over your vocabulary words. I have unrelenting, spunky, pinpricks, and generation. Who can tell me an example of pinpricks?
It means like a little small poke or like a tiny stab that injures a little bit.
Okay, so a stab. So when you think of a pinprick, do you think of needles?
Yes.
We can all agree on needles. David?
Push pin, like if you're trying to push pin
A
something.
push pin, because it's a little bit smaller. What about spunky? What do you think spunky means? Max?
Full of charisma.
Full of charisma?
Hyper.
Hyper. Nathan?
Full of energy.
Full of energy?
Energetic.
Energetic. What we are going to do today, like I said, we are going to use the Piece of Pizza activity. This is different from the last time that we did it. If you look up here, you will see it says word slash definition, word slash definition, word slash definition. That's different from last time, right? We only had 1 word slash definition. And then we also have 3 sentence slices. So what you are going to do today is we are going to pick 3 of the 4 vocabulary words. You're going to write each vocabulary word in the word definition slice with the definition in it. And then you're going to write a sentence for each of the 3 words that you select. If I were to show you this picture on my pizza, what vocabulary word do you think that represents? So does it represent pinpricks, spunky, generation, or unrelenting? Justin?
Generation.
Generation. Why do you think it represents generation?
Because it shows things like kids or adults like from a lifetime.
Right, so it shows different stages in life. So they're all in different stages. The first sentence says, my generation grew up watching Full House, while your generation grew up watching The Brady Bunch. The second sentence, remember to use generation and kindness. So which sentence uses the word generation correctly? Yes. The first one, right, because... Alright, so what I want you to do now is your pizza will look somewhat like this. I will have the list of definite or vocabulary words up there. You can also use your textbook and turn to page 241 to use those definitions. You will choose your 3 out of the 4 vocabulary words from this unit. Write those down. Write the correct definition. And then I want you to each make your own sentences. So no one should have the same sentences with the vocabulary. Everyone should have completely different sentences used. So you have your Piece of Pizza worksheet with you. You can use your colored pencils in the crayon box, and I also want you to use your textbook.
I put, for unrelenting, I put, he was unrelenting and would do anything to get revenge.
No.
What I put for pinpricks is, I don't like it when I get pinpricks, you would doss yourself.
For pinpricks, I put, her body was covered in small pinpricks.
Oh, you put relaxing doss.
And what'd you write?
And then pinprick, I got the splinter left a pinprick hole in my left finger. For spunky, unrelenting, I did the pain is unrelenting. For the pinpricks, I did the pinpricks of life. The pinpricks of life. What is it?
I just want to know.
And then for spunky, I did she was spunky as a peacock. Which is totally original.
I got my dog is very spunky. What do you get for the meaning? I don't understand.
Spirits and plucky, having energy and courage.
So I got
For spunky, I put Emily is spunky when she is drawing in art class. For a pinprick, I put he had a pinprick one on his hand. And for unrelenting, I put my nephew was unrelenting with questions.
Very good. What I really like about your sentences is how specific you were when you were using your words so that I know what you're talking about. Like, Emily, you could have just said, Emily is being spunky. But when you said she was spunky in art class with her drawings, then I can actually imagine what's going on in that sentence. All right, so when you're finished, I need you to write your name on it and pass it down to the end of your row.